All right, so we are going to real quick go over adding and subtracting integers. So, so when we're starting off with adding and subtracting integers, we can do this doing two things, especially when we're dealing with smaller numbers like this. We can do modeling it with chips, which I'm going to show you that, and then we're also going to do a number line with these. Okay, so when we're modeling with chips, red is going to represent negative, so that's negative. And then yellow will represent positive in this case. So positive. Okay, so when we're doing this, we look at our first number, -9. So that's negative. So I need to write 9 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So -9, we are going to add 7, +7. So we're going to add 7 positives. So I'm going to go change it to yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now to figure out our answer, we have to look at how many of these cancel out. So to cancel out, a positive and a negative cancel out. It's like if you have 1 plus a -1, it equals 0. So this is a 0 pair, that's a 0 pair, 0 pair, 0 pair, 0 pair, 0 pair, and another 0 pair. So what we have left is our answer. So we have 2 negatives left. So our answer is -2. That's how we would do that with chips. We can do it again with this next one. -4 plus -6. I have -4, so 1, 2, 3, 4 negatives. And then it wants me to add 6 more negatives. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, there's no positives in this to cancel out any of these. So I am not going to be able to cancel out any of this. So I just count how many negative signs I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our answer for that is -10. Since there's nothing to cancel them out, I just count up how many negatives I have left. Okay? Final one, we have 3 plus a -9, so +3 plus -9. So I'm going to start off +3, 1, 2, 3, and then I add -9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that's a 0 pair because it's a positive and negative, 0 pair, and then another 0 pair. So there's 3 of them. My answer for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -6. Did not have that planned out, but they're all negatives. Okay, so that's how you do it with the chips. Now, if we were to do it without the chips and we just did a number line, which is another easy way to do this, especially when we have the smaller numbers. Your first number is where you start at your number line. So -9, I'm going to go to -9, put a dot. And then it says add +7. So since I'm adding a positive number, that moves us right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ends us off at -2. So where I ended was my answer. We got -2 here, so we're good. Erase that so it doesn't get too confusing for us. If we go -4 plus -6, I start off at -4. And then it wants me to add -6 more. So if I'm adding a negative, I'm going further left. I'm going more negative. So I got to add -6 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ends me right there. At -10, we can go back up here and look, -10. We got the same answer. So either way is going to work. And then finally, let's go one more. We will do 3, so +3. So I go 1, 2, +3s right here. And then I got to go add -9. So I'm adding negatives, which means I'm going to go left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That ends me at -6. We got -6 as our answer there, so we're good. So that's how you could do it with the smaller numbers. Now, we aren't always going to be fortunate and have small numbers, okay? So when we're doing that, we have to use our addition rules. And these also work for our small numbers too. So our addition rules, we have to look at our problem. Do our numbers have same signs or different signs? So are they both positive or both negative? Or do we have one positive and one negative? That would go over here. If they're the same, we add the numbers together and then we keep the sign that we share. If it's different signs, we subtract our two numbers And then we take the sign of the number with the largest absolute value. So absolute value is the distance from 0. So negative 17 has an absolute value of 17. 20 has an absolute value of 20. Absolute value is always going to be a positive number. Technically, it's not positive or negative, but for our sake, we are going to call it a positive number because it's not going to be negative. So negative 17 has an absolute value of 17. 20 has an absolute value of 20. So again, same sign, add, keep the shared sign. Different sign, we subtract, and we take the sign of the number with the largest absolute value, okay? So let's go through and do a couple of these. So we have 153 plus negative 37. So we're going to go up here. Same sign or different sign? They have different signs. So we're going to subtract. I'm going to go 153 minus 37. 3 minus 7 can't do yet, so we have to borrow. So that changes to a 4. This is a 13. 13 minus 7 is 6. 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. So we end with 116. Now, after I subtract, take the sign of the number with the largest absolute value. So we need to say, is 153, does that have a larger absolute value, or does negative 37 have a larger absolute value? So what one is further from 0? 153. That's a positive number, so our answer stays positive. It's positive 116. Our next one we'll do, we have negative 58 plus positive 24. So 28 or negative 58 plus 24, same sign or different? They are different signs. We've got a negative and a positive. So we're going to subtract. So we're going to go 58 minus 24. 8 minus 4 is 4. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now, negative 58 or positive 24, what one has the larger absolute value? Negative 58 does. It is further away from 0. So that means this is going to be a negative 34. And then finally on this part, we have negative 18 plus negative 17. Same sign or different? Well, they're both negative numbers. So they are the same sign. So that means we're adding them together. So 18 plus 17. 8 plus 7 is 15. And then we have 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. Now, it says after we add them, we keep the shared sign. So they shared a negative, so we are keeping it negative. So negative 35. So that is our rules for addition, okay? So same sign, add, keep the shared sign. Different signs, subtract, take the sign of the number with the largest absolute value. So this different sign is like the first two we did. Same sign is like the last one that we did. All right, now that was all with adding. Now, subtracting. Subtracting, very, very, very similar. The only difference is we have one extra step we have to do. That step is LCO. It stands for leave, change, opposite. So our first step when we subtract is leave, change, opposite. And then once we do our leave, change, opposite, we go back to our addition rules because we change it from a subtraction problem to an addition problem. Okay, so let's start with this. 18 minus 17. So 18 minus 17, I leave the 18, I change my negative to a positive, and then I take the opposite of positive 17 and make it a negative 17. So leave 18, change my negative to an addition sign, and then positive 17 is now negative 17. So I go 18 plus negative 17. I go back to my adding rules. Same sign or different? They're different, so I subtract. 18 minus 17. 8 minus 7 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So my answer is 1. Now, what one has a larger absolute value? 18 or 17? Well, 18 or negative 17. 18 does, so it stays a positive, so our answer is positive 1. We go to the next one. Negative 20 minus a negative 30. Again, we leave, change, opposite. So it's leave the negative 20, change our subtraction to addition, and then the opposite of negative 30 is positive 30. So now we have negative 20 plus 30. They're different signs again. So we're going to subtract. 30 minus 20. 0 minus 0 is 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we've got 10. What one has a larger absolute value? 30 or negative 20. 30 is further from 0. It's 30 spaces away. Negative 20 is only 20 spaces away. So I take the sign of my larger absolute value, which is 30, which is a positive. We have positive 10. And then finally, we have 35 minus a negative 5. We're going to leave 35. It stays the same. So 35. I change my negative sign to a positive. So 35 plus opposite of negative 5 is 5. So positive 5. You could see that written like this or like this. Both of them would be a positive number. Only way it's negative if it's specified. So 35 plus a positive 5, same sign or different? Well, 35 is a positive, plus 5 is a positive. So I'm just going to add those together. 35 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 3 is 4. So my answer is 40. Both of these are positive numbers, so it stays positive 40. Notice I'm not doing this with a calculator because we are not allowed to use a calculator right now. So please do not use one. All right, last part of this. We've been solving for it. So it gives us the number minus 5 equals, and then we find the 46. We're not going to do that right here. Okay, now we're doing the opposite. So this is saying 45 minus 5 is what? So I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to do the opposite of what is happening here. So this right now says something minus 5 equals 46. So I'm going to do the opposite. So 46 plus 5, it'll give me that blank. So 46 plus 5, so 6 plus 5 is 11. 1 plus 4 is 5, so 51. So 51 minus 5 is 46. Over here, we have 52. So 6 plus something gives me 52. So I'm going to go 52 minus 6. That'll give me my answer. So I got a bar over here because I can't do 2 minus 6. So that changes to a 4. This goes to 12. So 12 minus 6 is 6. 4 minus 0 is 4. So 46. And then last but not least, we have 40 or blank minus negative 5 equals 40. I'm going to go 40 plus a negative 5 is going to give me something. So really 40 plus a negative 5 is like saying 40 minus 5. So I'm going to say 40 minus 5. 0 minus 5 I can't do, so I borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. 3 minus 0 is 3. So 35. Now, I can check this just in case we were curious about that. So I'm going to do what I've been doing. Leave 53. Change my negative sign to a positive. Opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. That's 35, not 53. Don't know why I said that. There we go. So 35 plus 5. I do that, 30, because they're the same sign, so I can just add them together. 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 3 is 40. So 35 minus negative 5 gives me 40. Just like that, we can check it. All right, I hope that helps out a little bit.